Welcome to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show. Today, I'm going to show you how to eat for $10 or less a day.
Whole food, plant-based, it's the best thing for our taste. So pull up a chair and grab a plate, 'cause it's the all-free whole food plant-based cooking show.
Okay, so let's get right into it. What I have here is I have one bunch of kale that I bought and that I just stripped it and divided it in half, because one is going to be for lunch for the salad and one is going to be for dinner. So we're going to start with our dinner. I'm just going to give you a really quick rundown of how these are made, but I also have the recipes for the lunch and the dinner on my website, and I'll give you a link to that below. So we're just going to start. I'm going to put a couple tablespoons or 2 or 3 tablespoons of water in my pan to get it started heating. And I'm going to throw my onions in there. And I have half of an onion just diced up. So this is going to be for beans and greens. That's what's going to be for your dinner. Trust me, it's super delicious. So we're going to get that cooking. And I will start on the massaged kale salad. So what I have here is half of the kale, and I have half of an avocado, half a lemon, some nutritional yeast that hopefully you already have in your cupboard by now. And if you don't, I'll give you the link for that also below. And I like to have a little cracked pepper on mine. So one bunch of kale costs, I get it by the pound, so I get one bunch of kale, organic kale, for less than $2 a bunch. So this is divided in half. Okay, so I already stripped it and put it into small pieces, and we're just going to squeeze our avocado on the top and our lemon. And this is so delicious. This is really one of our go-to salads. We have this probably 2 or 3 times a week, maybe even more than that. It's one of my favorites because it's so simple, and look at all that kale. You're getting all of that kale in your body, which is great. That's a lot of greens in one day, especially for such a great price. We're going to sprinkle our nutritional yeast on there, and just a little bit, you know, maybe a couple tablespoons, and then some cracked pepper. And I kind of like a lot on mine. I love the taste of cracked pepper. And then we're just going to massage it. And the reason why we do this is, you know, maybe for you beginners out there, eating kale as a salad in the beginning is a little rough. You know, it's a really strong flavored green. But when you massage it, it makes it really soft, takes out some of the bitterness, and it makes it a lot easier for your body to digest, which is super important. Okay, and that is just about as easy as it is. I mean, you can massage it down a little bit further till the leaves are even softer. It kind of just depends on your own taste and what you like. I like to leave it just a little bit crunchy because I still like to have a little crunch left in my salad. Now I'm messy. I'm just going to wipe it off here quick. So what we have for our breakfast, this is something that I eat almost, probably every other day. My go-to breakfast is usually just a big bowl of fruit. That's about all I eat, and a cup of coffee. I love my coffee. But this is my other go-to. So I have half a cup of oats. I have a banana. I don't have my knife. Let me get my knife real quick. Okay, so now I've got my knife, and I've got some organic wild blueberries that I got from Trader Joe's. I really like them because they're teeny. They're just this teeny little blueberry. Normally blueberries are pretty big, and they don't seem to have as much flavor as these wild blueberries. So I usually cut up, sometimes I cut up the whole banana, but a lot of times I just do half. But today I'm going to do the whole banana. And this is a super quick, super easy, super affordable, and this lasts me, you know, all morning. I never get hungry in between meals. So I'm just going to pour maybe about 1/4 cup of blueberries in there. Doesn't take very much. And these packages are less than $3 at Trader Joe's. So, I mean, you're using just a teeny amount of that. This will last you all week or more, maybe even 2 weeks. And then I usually sprinkle just a little bit, like a teaspoon and a half or so of flaxseed, ground up flaxseed. And then a cup of almond milk. I like to use unsweetened almond milk because I don't like to have any added sweeteners. So I'm just gonna pour that in there. And see, it didn't even take a whole cup. But I like it more like cereal. And then you can stir it up a little bit. I gotta have a taste of that while this is cooking. Delicious. I could eat that almost any meal of the day. If I'm running short or running late during the day during my lunch, that's like 2 minutes to throw together and you're on the go. All right, so now we've got our dinner. Our onions are already cooked about as much as I want them to cook. You know, you just cook them until they're translucent, you know, a little bit see-through. You can leave them a little bit raw. I think they're even more healthy if you leave them just a little bit raw. And then we're going to put in this huge amount of kale. Now it looks like a lot, but it will cook down, and this is going to make a mess. And you could use any other green, but I'm just trying to show you how you can do this really affordably because you're going to use the same bunch of kale and divide it. Okay, we are just going to let that cook down for a few minutes. It takes about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to cook down, and then we'll put our beans on top. Okay, if you can see here, our greens are done. I'm going to turn this down, turn it off. So yeah, that took about 10 minutes. Now we're going to add our beans, and what I have here is just a can of, this is actually homemade cooked beans that I made from my Rancho Gordo beans, but on a budget, you can get a can of black beans or pinto bean, any kind of beans that you like, and they're usually under $1. So we're just going to pour that in there. Just going to stir it around a little bit, and the heat from the greens and the onions will heat up the beans. You don't really need to cook them that long, unless, you know, you can cook them for longer, but this is just a really quick and easy dish. So now I'm just going to put it in my bowl. Put this over here. And then what I have here, you know, you can garnish this with more fresh onion or some jalapenos, or what I like to put on it is some of my favorite hot sauce. So I just sprinkle a little hot sauce on there. And I mean, who doesn't have a bottle of hot sauce or salsa in their refrigerator? I always have one on hand, and that makes it super quick, easy, and affordable. And there you go. And if you get hungry in between, I'll give you the link also below for Larabar, the one Larabar that I go to because it only has 3 ingredients in it. It's the peanut butter, I believe it's a peanut butter cookie or peanut butter bar. And you know, if you get hungry in between lunch and dinner, or maybe for an afternoon or evening snack after your dinner, just for a little bit of sweet, and they're usually less than $1 also. So that's how you can do it for less than $10 a day. And if you want to check out more of my amazing recipes, click on the link below to my website, and that's where I have all of my delicious recipes. And I'll see you next time.